I'm delighted to welcome Kiem, who is Chief Executive of the Chartered Association of Business Schools. Great to see you again. Thank you very much for coming in and talking to me. As we've been seeing throughout the programme, there's some really exciting work going on in business schools up and down the country. But how do we stack up against international competition?
It's a really good question because everyone has heard of the likes of Harvard Business School and Stanford and Wharton in the US. And it is true that number one in the world, the number one country in the world for business schools is the US. It's a huge country. Lesser known is the fact that number two in the world is the UK. And this is something we should be proud of because we have world-class faculty, great facilities, and it's that global focus that we bring that makes it very attractive to come to the UK to study, and then for us to actually be able to produce all of the great research and teaching that makes us number two in the world. But we shouldn't be complacent.
MBAs get a lot of attention, don't they? They're the key headline figure, as it were. But your members are about so much more than that, aren't they?
There's a heck of a lot more goes on. There's lots of teaching goes on. 1 in 7 undergraduate students in the UK is in a business school. At postgraduate level, that's 1 in 5. And of all the international students coming in, 1 in 3 are in a business school. So there's a lot of great teaching goes on. But in addition to that, there is research, world class, that's actually making an impact in the UK. It can be about how to help a business decide what to sell and where, or it can be about how to help the NHS to be more efficient, or indeed how to manage risk within the financial services industry.
So tell me a bit more about undergraduates then, and particularly what business schools can do for apprentices, for example.
Business schools have been amongst the first areas within universities to offer degree apprenticeships, and the most popular degree apprenticeship at the moment is the Chartered Manager degree apprenticeship. So it's about teaching people how to manage. And this isn't just 18-year-olds going in, getting a job and going on to get their degree whilst working. It's also for people who are currently working. One of the things we know very well is that the UK has a problem with productivity. The government is very concerned about this and wants to know what we can do. Part of the issue has been that businesses haven't been training their managers to manage. And with the degree apprenticeships, we're now seeing that turn around. So I think this is great for the UK as a whole.
I'm full of admiration for you, but I wouldn't want to be in charge of your inbox. So what is top of your inbox and your key agenda topics for this year?
We know that universities are getting a bit of a hard time in the public at the moment, saying, well, what's your relevance? What do you do? In fact, what we know and what this programme is showing is that there's a lot that goes on in business schools to help big businesses, small businesses, social enterprises, the government, charities, to help them grow and develop into the best they can be. We should be celebrating this. We, as in the business schools and the chartered ABS, need to get better at communicating this so people know what we are doing. So that's probably number one. Number two is immigration, because the policy at the moment is making it very difficult for business schools to recruit international students, but also to recruit and retain their faculty. And in a subject like business, you do really need that international mix that enriches everything. So that's probably the second thing. And the third thing is research funding. Now, we know that STEM research is easy to understand and easy to see, and it's been getting more and more money, and the government has committed to keeping that flow of money coming for STEM research. Absolutely fantastic. But at the same time, research funding for business and management has been in decline. So we need to do something about that. And one of the ways of doing that is not to ask for more money, but for collaboration, so that the commercialisation of all these great inventions is there from the start.
So a final question for you, Anne, then. With the rapid changes in the workplace that we're seeing from all angles, the volatility that we have in the economy with Brexit looming, what can your members do to ensure that they are producing the leaders of tomorrow?
Yes, there have been a lot of changes in the way that business schools teach, because, as we all know, there are a lot of jobs that exist today that will not exist in the future, and jobs in the future are things that we can't even dream of at the moment. So what we need to do is produce people who are who are able to analyse what's going on, who are able then to come up with ideas and are able to adapt their ideas. People who are resilient, who are ethical, which is hugely important, and who are accountable. So we need all of those things, and business schools are working hard to do that.
We look forward to watching your continued progress. Thank you very much for your time today, Anne. Thank you.
Thank you.